Okay, it says we're live. I do have the curtains open, so it looks a little different from normal. But I am expecting oops. I'm expecting a package. And so they say they tried to deliver it yesterday, at like 7:45 in the morning. I was like, I didn't hear a knock. There was no note, no nothing. So they're supposedly going to try and deliver it again today. Supposedly. So I have my curtains open so that I can see if the FedEx truck comes by. Because if they don't, and they mark it as attempted to deliver for a second time, we're going to have an issue. Um, so, oh goodness. If anybody follows Planning with Kay, she needs prayers because she's going to be moving due to mold issues in her current residence. Ooh, and mold can cause some lingering health issues. So, because by the time that you have figured out that it's mold, usually several people in the household are pretty ill. Um, so yeah, thoughts and prayers and good vibes, and um, I'll have to check on her channel again, and because I am subscribed, I just don't think I saw. Did I see anything? I don't know. Anyway, I will check on her later. So thank you for keeping us up to date. Rachel said you were getting prepped for the stream. Hope everyone is doing well. Yes. Same. I made myself a quesadilla for lunch. It was delicious. So I am food prepped. I have hydration. I finished off my my honey and citron tea. So I have another jar though, so I stuck that in the fridge. Just for the preparation for later, for when I want another cup. Which if y'all have never had yuzu or citron honey tea, delicious. At a lot of the Asian markets, you can get a jar of, essentially it's just honey with citron. It's a variety of citrus. But and it's either called citron or yuzu typically. So it's delicious though. Very yummy. Highly recommend. Kara pulled from the enchanted map. You got the compass, number 50. As long as you orient your compass to the true north, the direction of your higher power, you will never be lost. Nice. I like it. Kagihime is here as well. Hello. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Stay says good morning. Good morning. It's very foggy, so it doesn't feel as late in the day as it is. Maybe because it still has that soft, almost morning light because of the dispersion through the fog. And this is where Monique says, hey, everyone. Monique likes Kara's card. Yes. Monique has been starting off Monday pretty well so far. You finished the laundry. I still need to do that. I think we have one more load to fully go through, and I think we have one load to dry still. So, cleared the dishwasher. Nice. Spent some time knitting. Excellent. And did 30 minutes on the treadmill. Excellent. That's actually what I'm waiting for, is the walking pad / treadmill. Which, if you're wondering what the difference is, the treadmill part is the part that has the handle and like a display up top that is, for your phone, your iPad, for extra buttons. CB, I would think that you would want to stay away from the yuzu citron because it is citrus. And since you are allergic to orange, it is a relative of an orange. So I would say you should probably stay away from that. So, but yeah, so I'm waiting on the walking pad to get walking pad treadmill. It's convertible because you can either have the handle up or down. It also has a little inclined feet that you pop out. So I'm waiting on that. I don't know if it'll be delivered today. It's apparently, I ordered it through Amazon, but it's coming delivery-wise, supposedly through FedEx. But they said they were attempting to deliver it yesterday, but the business was closed at like 7:45 in the morning. I was like, okay, well, we were here. Our cars were clearly in the driveway. So I'm wondering if they are shifting who's carrying it, like if they're handing it over to USPS. I don't know, but if that's the case, USPS has already come and gone. So, plus it said the attempted delivery would be from 7 to 9 for the 7th to the 9th. I'm like, this is early. I'm not going to complain if it comes early, but but yeah. I started a jellyfish. So I got the jellyfish dome and the like attachable cap there. So I still have to do the tentacles, but it's a lot more pointy than I thought it was going to be, but that's okay. It's still cute. It's the Raspberry Kisses color from Bernat, I think, pretty much. So there's that. I think did I tell y'all that I sent off the Ancestry DNA thing? No, I was telling my besties about that. So I got the Ancestry DNA kit and sent it off, but I forgot to take a picture of the tracking information. I think I told y'all that I was going to do it. Maybe I did. I don't know. Anyway, I forgot to take a picture of this tracking information. So supposedly they're going to text/email me when there are updates. But I have not gotten one yet. So I'm hoping it'll move this week, starting regular schedules of things back up. Hopefully I will get an email or something. So, but yeah, it sounds like your morning was very productive. Mine was semi-productive. But hey, I've moved some stickies, so that's good. You made yourself a mango grapefruit smoothie. Nice. This is where Monique let us know about planning with Kay. This is where CB said hello. Stacy is also waiting for packages, but it's not from Amazon. So all you know is it's sometime today. Yeah, we get so used to Amazon giving us a window, even though the window always moves. For me, anyway. They're like, it'll be here somewhere between 1 and 3. And I'm like, So I check at 3 and they're like, it'll be here between 3 and 5. So I just always anticipate that it's going to be here by the end of the day. And by the end of the day, I mean probably the last delivery we get around this location is about 6:30. So if it's not here by 6:30, it's not coming today. Kara says, mold is definitely the worst. You've lived in places with mold issues and it causes serious respiratory problems. Yes, it does. And unfortunately, it's one of those that kind of sticks around for a really long time. So yeah, if you've got mold, it's real bad. You ordered some stickers from her today to shower with support. Nice. She did a live stream yesterday where okay, gotcha. So we can go back and do the replay for. Okay. You got there late, but used the stream for cleaning your room. Nice. Yeah, that needs to happen this week too, because I did not clean my desk last night like I was supposed to. I'm trying to set myself like a Sunday reset plan, and I got part of it done yesterday, but I did not get all of it done, which would have included cleaning my desk, which is still a mess. So, but I need to write. Today should be a writing day. So you also set up the February section of your media journal. Wow. Where'd you go? You drew the 10 of Swords earlier today. I have not drawn anything today yet. So That needs to happen. Yes, citron is also citrus. Yes. I think yuzu and citron are the same thing. They're just different names. I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong. But yeah. Your parents are at the gym, so you've got some free time. Nice. Monique says, today you're going to be writing a drabble. The prompt is, it's always the quiet ones. Ooh. UPS did that to you when you got your clarinet. You eventually had to go down to the store near you to collect it. Yeah, and I really don't want to because it's like, I want to say 40 pounds, the walking pad. So I don't want to have to pick it up. They're supposed to deliver it. So, you got a bath and trimmed your nails. Nice. You're waiting for an Amazon package that your mother ordered for you. Excellent. So today is package waiting day. So are we going to put odds on who gets their package first? Stacy, CB, or Jules? Which one is going to get delivered? Anyway, let's sort of get started, shall we? The cats. I think that I don't want to say I'm disappointed thus far with the cat calendar, but I think part of it is because they have these little frames that they're putting the photos in, and so the photos of the cats are not as big as the photos of the dogs from last year, and so sometimes the cats are a little harder to see because it's smaller. Not always, but just I think that's sort of like the what is this person doing? I have a really old beat up truck dragging a trailer just that I've never seen in the neighborhood. Going real slow. Okay. So Saturday, Sundays, petting a cat for just 10 minutes reduces levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, according to a 2019 study from Washington State University. So here are the kitties. Look at the void kitty. It's so cute. It just looks like the halo as the light is hitting the fuzz. It's very cute. And then we have Monday's cat, where the cat says, wearing black. I can fix that. Won't be black anymore once she's done with you. That's for sure. She may even be looking at you going, there's a gap in my fur. Where else can I put more fur on you? Kara says old beat up trucks with trailers are an everyday occurrence in these parts. They kind of are in some ways, but it's like a really beat up truck that I've never seen before. And our neighborhood is really small, and it's a dead end, so there's no through traffic. So it's kind of odd to see. Anyway, it's fine. I'm just also nosy, being like, whose truck is that? So we have the kitties for today. You say, aw, I think I mentioned the other day that one of your cousin's kittens can play fetch. Cute. Very cute. Kitties. You love the black cat too. Yes. Yes. I just made you think of your latest writing inspiration for your urban fantasy series. Ooh. What the reader doesn't know yet is that Gabby's working on a webcomic/graphic novel with a main character who can talk to ghosts. Ooh. Nice. Story that she's working on involves the ghost of a woman who is run over by a car and lives in a tree. She didn't get sent to a parallel world. Based on a Filipino urban legend. Gotcha. The White Lady of Belate Drive? Belate? You'll have to sort of guide me on how to pronounce that. The poll for the day, before I forget, is about which classic children's mystery series would your main characters would be their favorite. So I could only put 4 answers. So Boxcar Children, Nancy Drew, Encyclopedia Brown, Hardy Boys. I know somebody said Trixie. We were talking about this. What day is today? We were talking about this on Friday. Yeah. Somebody said Trixie. So I know that there's 1 vote for Trixie. Balete. Okay. It's a type of ficus. Nice. Monique says you chose Nancy Drew for Susie for obvious reasons, but her go-to is really Sherlock. Fair enough. When she was a kid, she actually read Sherlock. I think the first time I read Sherlock was in middle school. And that was because of the points I could get for like the what's the advanced readers something or other. It's an incentive program where you got points and then you could get items. I don't remember what the name of it is. Yes. Okay. So Stacy's the Trixie Belden fan. Nice. Kara says, I'm not actually familiar with the Boxcar Children. You read all the others, and you have several main characters who are essentially grown-up Nancy Drews. Nice. Nice. I think if there had been more room, I would also put Happy Hollisters on there, but I feel like it's not as popular. Like, not as many people knew about them. But I think what I liked about the Boxcar Children is that you had the multiple characters. So you had multiple interests. So like one of the kids was into seashells and nature, and one of the kids was into art, and one of the kids was into, and so you had different stories that sort of catered to different aspects of the kids' personalities. And I really liked that. And I think with the Happy Hollisters, it was the same deal because you had the parents, then you had all the kids, and each of the kids had their own personality and their preferences. And so, again, parts of the mysteries would be catered to the different personalities or interests of the kids. Whereas with Nancy Drew, and even with the Hardy Boys, it was a little bit more singular in terms of, I loved the stories, but I feel like the interests were a little bit more narrow, if that makes sense. And so that's one of the reasons why I really liked the Boxcar Children and the Happy Hollisters. So. Kate is here. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? You cannot remember if you chose Boxcar or Nancy. You read both, and so your main characters would have as well. Gotcha. You've heard of the Boxcar Children, but never read them. Gotcha. I think the first one, for sure, is worth a shot, even as an adult, just to like have the first one in your brain. But yeah. You read the Babysitter's Club Mysteries. Yep. In fact, you read the entire Babysitter Club. I can't talk today, apparently. Babysitter's Club Mysteries, including the spinoffs. Nice. That's an achievement because there's a lot of them. That's the one thing with the Boxcar Children. Like there's a lot of them. So that is sort of I wouldn't necessarily call it a drawback, but it is something for her. Gives you plenty of things to read as a kid. So all right. Although I guess I could have, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the Goosebump books had an element of mystery to it, but I wouldn't necessarily call them mysteries. So I guess that's why that didn't pop into my head as like part of the mystery series. But yeah, so Kate is doing well. You're going to work on your blog this morning, then HB 90. Also cleaning and decluttering your bedroom. Nice. Excellent. You read a lot of Sweet Valley Kids High and University. Yep. Sweet Valley is another good one. Your current project is middle grade ghost story with more mystery than spook. Love the question topic. Nice. Excellent. You have a section in your Everyday Bujo for journaling tarot. Nice. Excellent. You're going to be journaling today's oracle card. Yay. Yeah, I don't have a space in here for the tarot. I do have my tarot journals that I made, but I don't have a specific spot in here. I do have the moon phase dates, questions to ask yourself on the new and full moon, and then I have a space for the cards of the year for myself. And then, so I've written sort of like things to look out for, and then I'm leaving a space for at the end of the year to come back and sort of reflect on it. So there's that. Yeah. So, yay. Jen with a double N. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. So we've gotten our cats. And then we need a oracle card, which may or may not be a cat. I don't know. It's not a cat. But it does have something stuck on it. So I may have to. Okay. Anyway, we have the hawk spirit. Let the spirit be your guide as the main message for today. It's number 32. 32. There we go. So here's our hawk again. Let the spirit be your guide. Flying high above the landscapes, the hawk sees both the big picture and the small details, observes the rain and the pond as well as the clouds, and doesn't miss anything. When the hawk arrives, you are called to pay close attention to the messages from the universe that can appear in any form. Listen to your intuition. Keep your eyes open for synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences. The hawk asks you not to dismiss the signs that the universe is sending to guide you. Lately, have you been hearing the same word or song, or coming across the same symbol here, there, and in the strangest of places? Perhaps you hear a song on the radio with just the right lyric pertaining to your query, or you begin to notice uncanny billboards, license plates, or other places where there might be repetitive numbers or words that show up for you to notice. Pay attention to the animals that appear for you and connect with their symbolism. The spirit wants to communicate and reaches out again and again. And when the hawk spirit appears, it is fine to listen. So there you go. There's 131 books in the Babysitters Club series. There's 130 little sisters and 43 mysteries. And you think as well 14 super specials and a number of other books that include a guide to babysitting and a who's who. That's a lot of books. That's a lot. Kate says, today you got the World, the Tower, and the Eight of Wands. Ooh. So much feels in that reading. Yeah, that's a lot. Having two major arcanas is always, yeah. Monique's like, ooh, I should do a three pull card pull today because you didn't pull yesterday. Fun fact, you've finally identified the raptor that's been hanging around the backyard. It's a Cooper hawk, apparently a juvenile one, according to the app that you downloaded. Nice. Kate says yes in regards to the card for today, I think. Okay, so we've gotten our cats, we've gotten our card. I think we are ready to get started. Monique also got 2 majors. The Sun, the Queen of Wands, and Justice. Ooh. Boy, lots of things today, y'all. Lots of things. Okay. Yes, they're turning the main series and the Little Sisters into graphic novels. Yes. Yeah, that I knew about. Okay. Let's do... Which timer do we want? Let's do the purple teapot, shall we? Let's start with that. Should let you know the Queen of Wands and Justice are inverted. Okay. That might make a difference in your reading. And there's the Netflix TV show you are canceled. Yeah, I feel like Netflix cancels a lot of things, though. Okay, let's do this. Let's put up the banner. Pull up your document if you have not already. Let's save it. That's number 1. Number 2 is make sure you have something to hydrate with and go ahead and take a sip. Cheers. Three, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back, that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4 is if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. I feel like I can probably stop the cleaning sprint. I did get the FedEx delivery. That was what was happening there, like 30 seconds from the end. And so I was like, oh, wait, I need shoes. So I was going to slip on my shoes. And then I was like, oh, wait, I need to put like 5-minute thing. They were here and gone. And I was like, they better have left it here. And they did. They put it up on the front stoop. So Mom and I just brought it into the living room. So I will unpack that after the stream, which is exciting. Yay! I've got to at least plug it in and try it today. And see if the one I was looking at specifically, and the one that I purchased, is supposed to have a remote. It has a mute button on it, because a lot of the walking pads and treadmills that I was looking at beep when they turn on and when the speed adjusts, and I'm like, that is not gonna fly around here. I hate the beeping noise. And so do other people in the family. So like, I need something that has the motor is quiet and I can turn off the beeping. So that way, if you have kids or dogs or whatever that are going to wake up to the beeping, or sensitive spouses or what have you, I'm like, I need something with a mute button. I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that when I turn it off, the mute button doesn't like reset. So maybe once I just turn the mute on, it'll be completely silent. If not, then I will have to press the mute button every time I turn it on, which we'll see. But yeah, so I got my delivery. Yay! Now just Stacy and CB are waiting on deliveries. But yeah, so it's exciting. It is hefty though. It's like 41, 42 pounds. A little bit more with all the cardboard, I'm sure. So I'm excited. So apologies for shuffling y'all into a little sprint. But yeah, that was what was happening. So sorry about that. Kate got 300 fresh words. Nice. Very nice. I got 782, but that's like a mind dump situation. So, but hey, 782 is good. I should probably make a little line for myself right now. Yes, this is where I stepped away. I typed into the chat bar, FedEx is here, BRB, and then I never hit enter. So sorry. Pioneer Petticoats got your desk looking less like a war zone. Yay. Excellent. Also got your 2026 planner set up. Nice. Just out of curiosity, is there a brand of 2026 planner that you have that you like, could recommend to others? Even though I've got my Bujo, I always am curious as to what other people are using. So it's so pretty. I love the way that it, like, all the gold catches. It's so good. So good. I have noticed though that already there's a little bit of a bowing going on. I'm not entirely, that maybe just because I've been like holding the cover and trying to write at the edge rather than like having something under it to support it. So that may be due to user error. But just FYI, that is happening. Kara says you were eating during the cleaning sprint. You made open-faced hot ham and Swiss sandwiches. Nice. Sounds delicious. Rachel began cooking dinner, so there's that. Excellent. Also saw a TikTok getting passed around asking Gen X women why they're so rude. They're going to get some responses to that. That's for sure. So to Kara, Pioneer says, sounds good, but you're off of food right now. Oh no. All the rich holiday food is killing you slowly. You're eating healthy to try and survive the heartburn. Gotcha. Yeah, my dad is doing a little bit of the same. He's overindulged in the snackies that we typically get because he's a big snack guy, and so for Christmas we get him like a bunch of special snacks or make a bunch of special snacks. Um, so he's been eating all of those. And of course, because he likes salty, savory, like everything is chock full of salt. So he's got to come back down off of that. Because the doctor has told him, I know we're terrible enablers, but yeah, the doctor has told him he needs to watch his salt intake. So, Kara says, I'm rude because of horrible men and rotten mean girls. Also bad customer service. Yeah. Yeah. Stacy's like, awesome for my delivery. Yes. Kara says, I'm not sure my sandwich is especially unhealthy, but okay. It's just kind of there. You practice intuitive eating. You're in recovery from decades of self-loathing and disordered eating. I mean, it sounds good. And it's not like you had an entire loaf and an entire wheel of cheese. So it's good. Is good. But I know, like, the doctor has also told my dad no ham. And my dad is like, nuts to that. He's kind of the if I can't eat at least some of what I want, like what's the point in living? So he's gonna do what he wants and just try and do it more in moderation. So he is attempting to moderate after indulging at the Christmas. So Mom Maggie says, I am Southern rude, mistress of the uncompliment. Yes. This is the one thing when people are like, oh, Southerners are so nice. I'm like, are we? Are we? Like, are you actually listening to what we're saying in between the lines? Because, yeah. Congrats on delivery. Thanks. You use it because many people are too foolish to have survived to adulthood and have me convinced our species will not survive. Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. Stacey says, I'm expecting mine to come with the mail, so in about 3 hours. Gotcha. Okay. You're a Happy Planner girl. Nice. Nice. I have tried Happy Planner, the smaller ones, and I am rough with my stuff, so pages did not stay. You are tempted by Erin Condren, but you're too invested in Happy Planner. You got a punch and a 20 notebooks. Nice. So I've had a singular Erin Condren, and they are nice, but I didn't think they were worth the price point when I could get something similar at a much lower price point. They're gorgeous, they're fun, and they are customizable up to a point, which is great. But I didn't think that they were worth the price point where this was when I was teaching. So I could get a similar large spiral bound with all the sections that I needed for under 30 at like Target or Office Depot or wherever. Maybe not Office Depot, but I could get it at a much more reasonable price range, whereas the Erin Condren is customizable and the price is definitely up there. So I did not invest in those, whereas with like the different pretty journals, I could make them whatever I want, and so I pay way more in the number of journals that I have purchased. So I'm not entirely sure if my decision was a correct one, but it's what I made. So yeah. Stay says, no, as a Zennial, the TikTok is not worth the time to respond. Yeah. There's definitely several Gen Xers who will respond to it. And I'm sure they will be hilarious. But yeah, there's so many reasons why Gen X is is rude, quote unquote. So yeah, there are too many reasons to list. Might end up being an article. There you go. There you go. I like that. Kate had a bowl of cereal, banana, and orange juice. Got to keep up with the orange juice along with the anemia. Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't had orange juice in a while just because our fridge is so packed at the moment. I I desperately, desperately want our fridge to like start fritzing so that we can go buy a new one because my parents aren't going to buy a new one until this one dies. And I'm like, 2026, be the year. Be the year that we need a new fridge. I probably shouldn't be like hoping for the death of our appliances because it's inevitable that if I start wishing for that really hard, all of the other appliances are going to go before that one does. And so I really shouldn't put that out into the universe, but I desperately want a different and better fridge. Like I want one of those French door ones that's countertop depth that has the double door open and has like a middle drawer that you can be either freezer or fridge. Because if we could make that our ice cube tray, that would be great. Actually, what I really want is my friend's fridge. But they're only sold in like Japan and Australia. She's got a really fancy one that has 2 flex drawers in the middle and then the freezer in the bottom. So, and it's the double French door. And I'm like, I want a fridge so bad. But they only sell them in Japan. And I have not seen any in the American market that have 2 flex drawers. So you're with Dad, yeah. Been on numerous extreme diets throughout the year. The only thing you lost was your mind. Gained a lot of misery. Yeah. Yeah. Kate is also a happy planner. Excellent. Yay. They're very pretty. I like them in terms of look. I am too chaotic with mine. Mom Maggie says, I have to stay off TikTok because almost daily the children send you something that makes you lament our chances during the next great filter event. I mean, yeah. Social media in general will do that though. It's not just TikTok. So, but Rachel knows how you feel. Okay, I will get to that comment when Kara says, I wish I could drink juice without having to think about also including protein and fat so you don't spike crash your blood sugar, which is what happens if you inject insulin if you drink juice without food. Gotcha. Yeah. Yes, Conjuring is super pricey. You get good sales on Happy Planner at holidays. Yeah. You get a haul when it's on sale. Yes. Agreed. Sales are the way to go. You found Happy Planner with extra pages, usually about $40, and then got it for $4.99 at Value Village. Nice. One of the mini Happy Planner that I got one time, I managed to find it for $2 at a Walmart clearance. And it was a year that I think it was before COVID. I think it might have been fall of 2018. And they were trying to clear out the back to school stuff. And like when I tell you they had great sales for that clearance. We bought so many. I went and I just happened to be on the other side of town, Walmart. And I went in and I was like, oh, these are good. I picked up several things. The little mini Happy Planner didn't have a price on it. I wanted it anyway. And I thought it was going to be at least half off or something. So I rang it up and it was $2. I was like, great, fantastic. And then I called my mom on the way home and was telling her about it. We had dinner, and she and I went in the car, went back across town to get more notebooks, more of the spiral bound notebooks, because they had a good number of really cute ones that year. But since then, they have not done that because yeah, all the extra tariffs and everything else. Your kids work at Starbucks. Just their stories makes you doubt humanity at times. Well, I mean, retail in general, I would consider Starbucks kind of retail adjacent, retail and restaurant. Yeah. Your middle bought you a Clever Fox planner. Nice. It was super cute, but baby agent mayhem. Oh no, ate it. You also have very specific needs, so you tend to customize your own. Yeah. Gotcha. Kate scored a good deal at $4.99, right? And it was on your birthday. Nice. Excellent. Happy birthday to you, right? Just like, excellent. Good. Between your years of working in customer service in the medical field, you absolutely doubt them. Yeah. Retail, healthcare, and restaurant work. Yeah, yeah. Of course, your experience as a patient advocate and your own advocate. Oh, yeah, Oscar the Grouch is your hero. Yeah. You just had a handyman over to replace your microwave. You're feeling accomplished even though you did nothing. But hey, you were there, you called them, they came, they installed, hopefully correctly, and that's done off your checklist. So yay, that's great. Kara says, I pray my appliances last forever because it's hard to get delivery of large appliances out here in the boonies. That is true. Yeah. Yeah. Mom Maggie says, same to Kara and Rachel about doubting humanity. And yes, the struggle for the boonies is real. Yes. 3 is an English brand oven that the lid slides into it when it's open. Ooh, that's fancy. I've been seeing all of the I don't even know, like kitchen influencers, I guess. Vintage kitchen influencers that have like a refurbished like 1950s oven that just like has the crock pot well in it, has like a grill lid that you flip open, you light the gas, you close it, and it cooks. I'm like, ooh, this is a fancy stove that they're, several $1,000s. And on one of the comments, I saw that the clock doesn't work anymore because there are no replacement parts for the clock any longer. So even if you buy one, the clock isn't going to work. So things like that. The Neff slide and hide oven. Nice. Nice. You've seen 2 drawers. Cannot say if they go either way. You had a fridge that was on the fritz for 2 years. We were able to do a temporary fix and looked out and got one that was simpler. Nice. Nice. Kara loves the Neff slide and hide oven for the name alone. Yes. Sales, yes. Sales and budget and coupon and everything. Yes. You just ordered a juicer grater slicer from Costco for $114, which is $30 less than the usual price. Nice. You often get carrots from the food bank. It's a pain to shred them, but this would let you do it easily and put them into slaw or make a carrot cake. Ooh, yes. And anytime you get juicer grater slicer, there's lots of things that you can put in there that you hadn't thought about before. So Stacey says, I have thought of getting a pre-printed planner because I suck at keeping up with making one. Yeah. And in that case, things like a Happy Planner or Erin Condren, if you can customize them, like as you're doing it with the discs, or rings, if you want a ring bound one, or things that you can customize at the beginning of the year for the complete year is a good option. So you want one of the 1950s well with the bacon tray, the crock pot well, and the side-on-side bourbon. I think that is maybe what I don't remember what brand it is, but yeah. Kat says, I use several planners, all the things. Yes. Because one is oftentimes not enough. unfortunately. Okay, let's do another sprint. I think we're going to continue with the silent timers today. So let me scroll back down to some of the older timers. Let's do this one. If I can. Second sprint is the self-promo sprint, so make sure that if you need or want to share something that is writing adjacent, please do so. Stace says, I would like to get a planner I can reorganize and add things. In that case, probably either the disc planners, like Happy Planner, or the 3-ring or 6-ring binder ones would be a good option. Kara also wants one of those ovens. Yes. Kat says, I have one for meal planning and health stuff. If you have a work planner and you're trying out the Erin Condren Daily Duo, nice, because you want a time block and have a today list daily. Nice. I like it. All right. 1, save your document. 2 is take a sip. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine or roll your shoulders for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. Don't forget to vote in the poll as to which which classic children's mystery would be your main character's favorite. And don't forget to share your own writing stuff in the chat. All right, let's do this. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't forget to take a break if you need a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in Okay, that was the second sprint. I updated um, both my regular journal and I updated my reading journal. Um, I am doing good in terms of like tracking things, or at least updating this for the things that I'm reading online. Last year, I was terrible at it. I have I'm attempting to sort of like mark on my little mini calendar what days that I'm reading which titles, but that may get a little confusing. I'm not sure. There's no color coordination or anything. I'm just grabbing a pen and sort of like writing the titles. I am trying to use my little spicy sticker, but so far what I have read is it has not been real spicy, like 2.5, and that's like being generous with the spicy level. So I've made myself another like 4 spots for titles. I've decided that I'm essentially going to be doing if it's on my TBR takedown, yes or no, and then if it is, am I keeping it or unhauling it? So that's the only thing that I've changed thus far. So yeah, and I'm still trying to decide. I think I want to do my bookshelf tracker, my visual one, based on TBR, like physical TBR. So I've done the one that was on my TBR thus far that I've completed. So I think that's what I'm going to do is keep that for physical TBR. That way it like means a little bit more to me. So yeah, that's where we are in terms of that. The one TBR that I read, the author's bio says she lives somewhere in the American South with swamps. I'm like, okay. And then I was trying to look into it a little further. And it's like alligators in every body of water plus sharks. And I was like, okay, well, Florida is basically the main thing. But I've already got Florida covered from last year. So couldn't do anything for my domestic reads challenge page. So there's that. The media and genre board thus far, romance boards number 1 and 2. Are slowly getting filled in. So yeah, I mean, it's a start for the year. It's a start. Let's see. Diane says, I started an online course this morning to relaunch your YouTube channel. Nice. So doing things to tell self where you're currently at. Gotcha. Yes, I like that. Okay, let me scroll up to see because we have a good bit of chat. Let's see. Rachel says you're still using artful planners and modifying the build tracker to be a time tracker, so it's perfect for you, but you don't have a lot of time to create your own planner, so you just enjoy adding stickers. Yes, stickers are fun. Kara says, I have new book promos up on Reader Roost. Nice. There it is. And Mom Maggie says for yes, for all those who got new tarot cards or oracle cards for the holidays, you should get one of my amazing tarot journals. And yes, so I have a couple of different ones. Do I have any? I don't. Mine are put away. So, but yes, you can. So there's even a large print one. There's a 1 and there's a 3 card per day, and there's hardcover versus paperback. So yeah, there are options. Rachel says, we are asking everyone who wants to join in for the under 1K subs marathon this year to fill out a form. So here's the link to that. Excellent. And Mom Maggie says, check out the first of the Tis Tuesday afternoon sprint, or Tis Tuesday afternoon sprints for 2026, starting on Mom Maggie's channel tomorrow. So there's that. Make sure we bookmark it. For the under 1K subs marathon, you can host or co-host. It's a great learning experience for some, yes, or even volunteer to moderate or advertise the event. It's a marathon of streams from February 8th to 15th. Nice. Also, For the Love of Words is going to be so fun. That's the challenge that Kat is putting together, or has put together. And here's the link for the explanation and going over the forms and everything. Rachel says, perfect timing. And Funky is here. Here's Johnny. Hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome. Rachel's excited to see Funky. Kate says, off I go. Hope you see us on Wednesday. I'll be back to work tomorrow. Gotcha. Rachel says, be safe, Kate. Monique's fic has been posted. Yay! Excellent. Now you're going to go make food. Yes. Funky is excited to see Rachel again. And Eva has some self-promos. If you'd like to watch, Eva shares writing content and has posted your 2026 goals here on the Poetic POV channel. You've set a goal of 100 subscribers this year. Excellent. Hopefully we can help you get there. Pioneer says hello. Here is Poetic POV, Eva's writing channel. Nice. This is where Diane came in and was like, oh, I wish I'd gotten here sooner. You were checking if you were subscribed on all the things. Yeah, this YouTube sometimes does unsubscribe us from things, so make sure you check. Kat went out and shoveled for the front door so you can get mail. Excellent. Good use of some time. Rachel says hi to Pioneer. Diane is getting situated together the stats from 2025. Okay, so that's for the course that you're taking. Kat says, self-promo. Here's the replay from the announcement stream for the February Writing Challenge / event for the love of words. Here's the website. Excellent. Excellent. Eva says, nice work. They look great. You outlined a couple of videos that you want to film. Oh, this is for the reading journal, I think. You outlined a couple of videos that you want to film this week and opened a Canva project. You have maybe one more sprint before you can walk to the bus stop to get the kiddo off the bus. Gotcha. Yes. Diane says very cute. Also for the bookshelf and trackers and stuff. Eva likes the idea of the course to relaunch your YouTube channel and collecting your stats. Orientation was this morning, looking like it will help. Nice. Good. Someone ate the cupcakes, blaming it on Pancho the dog. Pancho is the goodest dog, cupcakes and all, as long as the cupcakes were not chocolate. Kara says, you finished scheduling the promo posts for Reader's Roost this week. Your brain feels saturated with HTML. Full disclosure, you're not creating the HTML, it's just copy-paste. Yeah, but you have to remember where you're copying from and where you're pasting to and like all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it makes sense. Eva is asking to Rachel, do we fill out the form to be on the street team for the marathon? One person sent you their new release listing for you to share for Book in Lane. And you did totally drop the ball and leave it in your inbox till after its release day. Oh no, but you'll still do some promo. Gotcha. You're going to get that figured out someday. Diane is perking up because Funky's here. Yay! Decides to blame him for eating all the cupcakes. Funky's like, almost falling out of that. Me? Well, I mean, Funky did have to have something to sop up all the coffee with, right? Right? He's laughing at this. Might get the ones on your shirt too. Brush them off. Crumbs everywhere. The course that you're going to be taking is from Nick and D. Nimmin. Nice. I was going to ask if you felt like sharing. Cupcake crumbles. The evidence. Yes. Poor Pancho. When it was funky all along, he was like, that reminds me. I want to make some pudding. Ooh, what flavor? What flavor? Perchance. Are we getting banana? Are we getting chocolate? Tapioca? What kind of pudding are we making and having today? YouTube kicked you out. Oh no. Well, welcome back. I'm glad you found your way back. Don't know why YouTube did that, but welcome back. Eva says, right. Way to blame the dog. Sorry I ever believed that accusation. Oh goodness. Pioneer updated your Facebook author page. Nice. And your desk is finally functional. Yay! Excellent. Chocolate pudding. Excellent. Excellent choice. Yes. Funky says, drinks coffee, which does not contain a suspicious amount of crumbs at all. Mom actually bought some sour cream cake donuts from Publix. And they're dense and somehow still really dry. So they definitely need some tea or coffee to be, I don't know necessarily if they need to be sopped up, but definitely some moisture needed. So I had one of those and I was like, this needs some tea. So, but they're still tasty. All right, let's do the third sprint. And oh, we've got one of those little teeny tiny fake ladybug things. I gotta squish it. I gotta squish it because it's not. Oops, we don't need the ad, but I guess we gotta skip it. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna scroll this down to a 30. Oh gosh, apparently I chatted too long, or the delivery of the whatchamacallit, the walking pad took longer than I thought. Okay, make it big. You got it on you got the course when it first opened. The price has gone up and will probably more soon. And you packed away Funky Medina. Nice. Okay. So 1, save a document. 2, make sure you have something to hydrate with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure that you're not slouching too much. And 4 is make sure if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, how did we do? I got 698, which I will take. I will take. So, so I got 1,500 for the stream. Not bad. Not necessarily up there with some of my higher days, but that's okay. I will take it. Again, like one of my I would like to do this year is more focusing in on getting it closer to right the first time instead of having to do quite so many revisions. So yeah, so that's one of the goals is closer to right the first time. But 698 is good. Very good. So yeah. Kara said your tablet crashed while you're playing Lingo Legends. You were waiting for it to restart. Diane pulled the lovers and was sort of questioning whether or not it was accurate, but Diane looked it up and it was more of the choices and crossroads sort of decisions, along with temptation and knowledge. So it does fit. Excellent. Yeah, I was thinking it could be more along the lines of the communication and balance, wise choices, partnerships, type of thing, rather than the necessarily lovey-dovey romance aspect. Funky headed off to an online meeting, and I asked if the Lingo Legends saves itself or if you have to start over. Just tried to start that round over. Nice. Andy is here. Hello. Welcome. Stacy was rereading and taking notes, which you should have done first time. And now you are ready to write. Gotcha. But you are also now waiting for Karma to come home. Mom Maggie is teaching your eldest tarot for the new year per her request on her last birthday in November. Nice. That'll be a nice thing, I think, for the two of y'all to connect with. Excellent. Good. Good, good. All good things. All right. We need to end the poll. So we do have a pretty clear winner. When it comes to, let me pull up the thumbnail, which I failed to do earlier today. Where it would be? It should be here. Yeah. Okay. I'm like, where did it go? I had apparently put it in a different folder than I normally do. But here it is. Okay, so Boxcar Children, Nancy Drew, Encyclopedia Brown, or Hardy Boys. So Nancy Drew, whoops. Oh, it's because I closed the other thing. All right, I give up on sharing it. I give up. So Nancy Drew got 55% of our main characters' votes. Boxcar Children got 23% of our main characters' votes. 14% for the Hardy Boys, and 8% for Encyclopedia Brown. And then we had commentaries about Babysitter's Club, Sweet Valley, and Trixie Liddell. I think that's the last name. My brain is like not working. Mom Maggie has a place for us to go. Excellent. Sam is live. So follow the link from Mom Maggie and you will have another writing stream. Belden, there we go. Thank you. I was like, that doesn't seem right. My brain is like, not quite. So yes, thank you, Trixie Belden. I'm gonna have to pick up a copy of one. So yes, Make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure you have saved. Make sure you have something to hydrate with. And make sure you stretch occasionally. Okay. All right. Thank you. And I will see y'all on Wednesday. Right? Yes, Wednesday. All right. Bye.